Alright, ladies and gents, my name is Steven Pfeiffer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to change the LCD screen assembly on a MacBook Pro 17-inch. Alright, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a clean, clear working area and you got all your tools so you're not running around looking for stuff when you're in the middle of it. Me personally, I use the iFixit Pro Kit. It's got everything you need in it. This comes in it as well, your ESD grounding device. In here, you got your suction cups, you got your picks, and everything else that you would need, and your spudgers. Alright, now the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that it is turned off. I have already verified that it was turned off, and I have taken out most of the screws. I left 2 screws in here for demonstration purposes to show you the difference. Okay, now three of the screws on the back are longer, and that's because they go through mounting blocks. This screw, and this last screw right here are all longer, and then all the rest are all the same length. So let me pull this one out, and this is what the rest look like. And another great thing to have is a tray. I like this iFixit tray, and as you're going along and you're taking it apart, you put it in your hardware in per section. So I took these off first, and next I'll probably take off like the Bluetooth or whatever, and you just put them in order, so that way when you go to put it back together, all you got to do is go in reverse. So this one, then this one, then this one, then that one, boom, you're done. Alright, I'm not one for directions. I like to kind of just wing it and figure stuff out for myself. So bear with me. I might make a mistake. Might have to double back. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. All right, pry this up gently. Pull it off. Boom. All right. Now we have the back exposed. Oh, real quick point. I am changing the LCD assembly itself. You do not have to go this route. You can get the assembly for right around $300, or you can buy just the LCD screen for like $120, I think. But if you buy just the LD screen, you're going to need a heat gun, and what you're going to do is you're slowly going to go around these edges and heat it up gently until the sealant comes pliable, and then you're slowly going to work your way around. Pry up a little bit with a spudger, right in here. I don't even know if you can see that. Right in here, and then put a guitar pick in there, and then work it all the way around until the screen comes out. Alright, so let's see what we got. Alright, that's going to be your data cable. This is your microphone, your camera, and Bluetooth. And yeah. Alright, so we're going to want to examine it and find what connectors are holding this on. From what I can tell, you got your data ribbon cable, 1, 2, 3 screws. This one is a retainer, as well as this being a retainer block. Moving on down, then you have 1 screw here, and then 1 here for your your retaining block, and this is for your retaining block as well. So we're going to start with the data cable. All right, now this thing you have to be very gentle with. Okay. Now, if you look, let me see if I can't get this in there good for you. Alright, if you look right here, you have a gold tab, okay? This is very fragile, and you do not want to break it because you're shit out of luck. So you want to very gently take it and boop, see that? Pop it up just a little bit. You don't want to force it, you just kind of want to be gentle. All right. Man, all right, there we go. So now when you pull this out, you have to pull it straight back. Make sure your tab is up. And there you go. Make sure I did not damage that. Alright, good to go. Crap. See, this is exactly what I was talking about right here. That is what you do not want to do. Alright, moving on. Got the data cables. Oh my goodness, I really just messed up big time. I forgot to ground myself. And rule number 1, I forgot to disconnect the battery. So the battery on this is right here. You can pry it up from the side and pop that off. Now, thank God that I caught that battery, because I could have fried this thing if I would have touched the wrong thing or jumped out one of these circuits with a piece of metal. So yeah, that's really important. Alright, so now we're going to come over here. We're going to disconnect these 4. This is your Bluetooth, your camera, your microphone. Alright, so we're going to start on the front. And they are all different lengths. And they all run in their own channels. So it's kind of idiot proof. Alright, there's the second one. And now you got to work it out of these tabs. Now you come right here. Get that. And now, to make your life easier, we are going to remove this whole block right here. And this data cable, which runs along and goes to right here. This one, it just pulls straight backwards. Like that. But you still want to be gentle. Then you're going to want to pry up your tab right here for your ribbon cable. And let's see. This has 2 mountain screws, both Phillips. For this, you're mainly going to use a 00 Phillips and a T6 torque bit. Let's see, 000, 00. All right. So now we are going to take that off, and I will leave that screw sitting in here and this just for a reference point. Gotta be careful. Alright, so now I know that those 2 screws go with that. Alright, so we got our cables done on this side, fairly easy. This right here is a retaining block for your Bluetooth cable and your camera cable and audio. You undo the 1 screw right here, and then lift that up and out and pull out the screw, because the screw, and there's your block and there's your screw. The screw has a retainer under it right here to to stabilize. I think this is your Bluetooth cable. All right, so we got this side done. We're gonna work around to our other side. We got our 3 mounting screws. I'm gonna take those out. Whoop. Now these hold down your data cable, and this last screw, this one right here, it can remain, it just pops up with it. And let me get this screw out of the retainer, and it's out. Come on. You gotta be patient sometimes, which I have very little of. Alright, so now we move these cables up out of our way, and you see you have 3 mounting screws on each side. These are going to be your T6 torque bits right here. Alright, so we'll just put my 00 here, and I will take out my Torx T6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove 2 screws on this side and two screws on this side. Then I'm going to open it up to 90 degrees like such, and I'm going to take out the last 2 screws, and then this is just going to slide back. It's very important that you remember to open it. Alright. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. Alright. Now you come over to the opposite side and you do the same exact thing. Oops. We've got 1. Oh crap, did I take all 3 out of there? I did, didn't I? Let me throw 1 back in there. Alright, and I'm loosening this one up just a little bit. Alright, so now pick it up, open it up to a 90-degree angle. There we go. Alright, so now we're at our 90-degree angle. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take out these last 2 screws. Come on. Woo. And you see, there she goes. She wants to come off. Alright, and come down here to the bottom. Alright, and there goes my last one. And I'm going to slide this up and out, and voila, there we go. Still, you have to be delicate with your computer. You don't want to crack the board or anything like that. Alright, so put this over here. Alright, I'm going to get my new screen, and I'm going to do the same exact process, except for in reverse. See, I got the cables, my data cable retainer. So what I'm gonna do is, once again, I'm gonna put this thing at 90-degree angle. Make sure all my cables are in the back. My mounts are at a 90-degree, and I am just gonna slip it right in. That's what she said. Alright, so let me get I'll get 2 of these in and down snug, and then we'll close her up, lay her down. And oh, one thing you really want to be careful with it, because this is aluminum, you do not want to cross thread these. So if you feel like you're starting to cross thread one, just leave it alone. Go in and do the rest of them. Take that screw out and put that one back in, because that will assure that it is in line, since the other ones are already in there mounted. See, I didn't get it. Actually, let's see if I can close this a little bit. Alright, so let's get my holes. There we go. Looks like I got that middle one lined up. Nope. Alright, give me a pin. There she goes. Alright, now I'm going to close it. Lay her back down. And I'm going to go in reverse. Alright, here are the rest of the mountain screws. Alright. Oh, crap. That's what you don't want to do. And that's the reason. Oh, man, you adjust this thing again. Sorry, guys. Alright. Alright. So, we got these 3 in. We got these 3 in. We'll come over here and we'll... Goodness. Get that out of there. And we will finish these 3 right here. Alright, now you don't want to gorilla torque these things, you just want to get them nice and snug. This blue stuff on these, oh crap, almost hit mine. This is thread lock right here, and it prevents it from backing out, and it does that so you don't have to super torque them down. You just snug them up and they are good to go. Alright, so we got that down. Next we want to get our mountain block for our cables. And actually I think we was on this side. So, alright, so I got my mountain block. I got my 2 screws. I'm going to sit that right there. Alright, now this retains your data cable. Before you hook that up, go ahead and hook up your data cable so that way you're not you don't limit your wiggle room. All right, so let's grab this by the tab, and now you want to make sure that this is almost perfect. Well, yeah, it's got to be perfectly straight, but you push it in, and then you see this retainer, you push that down and she is locked in place. And then now we take our retainer, we want to lift up this tab right here. We're going to drop this in. And on the back of these, they have, I don't even know what you want to call them, guide pins. There you go. Alright, so you lift that up, you throw it in, you get it to drop into place with the guide pins. Like that. Now I'm going to take my screw. And these are Phillips, so I need to change my bit. And having the right tools makes the job a lot easier. I always said, work smarter, not harder. And did I do a bonehead? Damn. Let's see. Alright, well, my bonehead, you gotta pull this back out. Careful. Alright, so ignore what I said about having the wiggle room, because you gotta put this screw in before you can connect the cable. Like I said, it's a learning experience. I've never done this thing, so I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with the flow and just winging it. I mean, it's easy to take something apart. You just find the screws that what's holding it there and you undo them. Simple as that. Alright, so we got that one back hooked back up. Alright, now I want to put in my other block for this side, my cable retainer. Okay, and I'm going to, this goes this way. Alright, and don't forget that, whoops, don't forget that you have this retainer right here that you got to do. So you throw that in there. Now these holes are your cover plate holes. Now I'm gonna take whatever the heck you want to call this and put it back in. Alright, I'm off. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Come on, fool. Get in there. Alright, this one does not want to line up. Alright. Alright, let's put a little bit of MAM behind this thing. There we go. She's biting. And she is good and tight. Ooh, one thing you do want to make sure is that you have the cable underneath the retainer. Oh. Like that. There you go. There. We already got that. Now remember, you got this data cable right here that runs under this into there. So that is going to be the first cable that we put on. Okay, we're going to run it all the way up. And then just slide it in. Oh, here you go. This is another good thing right here. These make your life a whole lot easier. Like I said, work smarter, not harder. And always make sure you got the right tools for the job. There we go. She's in. Now you can set your ribbon cable back down. And these things are pretty simple. They just pop on like that. Alright. Now these connectors right here are very, very fragile. You want to make sure, it's like a mini coaxial cable. You want to make sure that you do not bend this inside tab or these outside tabs, or the receptacles right there that they go onto. Alright, so these are a lifesaver when it comes to working with these right here. And you go from the outside and you work your way in. Alright, so you want to take, alright, so you're going to want to take your second longest, loop it out, bring it in. Let me move this one out the way. Pop this one up. And I'm going to run that one in there first, since that's going to loop around the outside. So it just makes more sense. Alright, so we'll put that one right in there, run it up. Alright, let me get this out. Alright, you're going to take your tweezers or whatever you got, or your hands. I've done it with my hands before. It's no fun. Alright, you want to make sure that you get this thing aligned just right. Oh. This is pain in the butt. This is where the patience that I don't have comes into play. Alright, and just like that. Now I'm going to seat that under this tab right here to make room for this wire. Just like that. Now I am going to grab this one, pull it in, line it up, and alright, now my next one, oh, almost had it. God, I hate these things. They're such a pain. They use these on the iPhone too. Freaking hate them. Alright, it's going to take me a second to get this one on. Boom, got it. Alright, final cable. Alright, they are all seated. Got all of our cables. You want to check your hardware. Make sure you don't have any extra hardware other than your plate screws. You can go ahead and, don't unground yourself. You reconnect. This is, go ahead, you can reconnect your battery. Now be careful, you don't want to arc it. So just put it in, line it up, straight down. Undo your alligator off of your frame. And take this off. And we're done. Let's see if this thing works. Well, not see if it's going to work. I've been doing this kind of stuff since I was a kid, and I have a lot of confidence in my work. And I bet you, I don't know what to bet you, but it's going to work. And you don't want to just go in a circle. You always want to kind of caddy corner your screws so that way it seats down evenly. Because if it's not seated properly and you torque, where'd it go? And you torque it down, then none of your other screw holes are going to line up. So I always put at least 3 to 4 screws in before I tighten them all the way down. Yeah, I've been putting this off for months. I broke it a while ago. It was last semester. Ah, crap. Yeah, I've been using it as a standalone. Just hooked my TV up to it and did it that way. God darn it, man! What the heck? Well, a lot of times, what I normally do is I just put them on the tip like this, but there we go, like that, and bloop, right in there. Working with these small screws, it's very frustrating sometimes. Right now, I can start torquing them down. Also, there is a little, I don't even know what to safety switch, I guess you would call it, and it disables you from being able to power on the computer when the back is removed. So, all right. Oh yeah, I didn't point it out, but I upgraded it. I got a 1 terabyte solid state drive in it, 16 gigs of RAM, and Pentium i7. It's I think it's 3.1 gigahertz overclockable to 3.8. All right, so y'all ready? It's quick too to start up. Let's see. There we go. She's working. Not too bad for winging it. So I helped you guys. Any questions, feel free to ask. I might be able to answer, I might not, I don't know. But there we go, she's up and running. So, alright, bye.